morning. So it's about 9:30 in the morning and we've just started the Alligator Gorge walk in the Mount Remarkable National Park. It's absolutely beautiful. This is I think I mentioned yesterday, but this is a 9-kilometre ring route hike. You can extend this hike to go all the way through to Mambray Creek, but that makes it about 26 kilometres, and we're fairly certain that doesn't actually include the ring route as well. So a bit of a big day that we weren't kind of really keen on, to be honest. So I'm just doing a little pan around for you so you can see how beautiful it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And again, it's going to be quite a warm day, about 30 degrees, but it feels low 20s down here in the gorge. We have seen a couple of trail runners and hikers this morning, so a bit busier than yesterday's trail. We'll take lots of footage, I think, because it's just incredibly beautiful. We've just stopped for a short break in Alligator Gorge and had an orange. It's about 10:30 in the morning. It's a really beautiful hike. Quite challenging, as was yesterday's gorge hike, but equally beautiful in different ways. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's Saturday night and we're just having a very relaxing gin and tonic at the campsite at Baruta Ruins. We had another fantastic day today. We did a drive and park and hike because we decided that hiking to Alligator Gorge and then doing the Alligator Gorge hike and then hiking back was just a ridiculously long day, especially in this heat. It actually got up to about 35 degrees today. So we drove from here at Baruta Ruins to the trailhead at Alligator Gorge. Now, what is kind of a bummer is that you can't actually go through the park to do that. The 13 kilometres you actually have to drive. 65 kilometres all the way around the perimeter of the park to Alligator Gorge. Having said that, it was a really lovely drive, quite steep and circuitous at the end, but really lovely. So we parked at the trailhead and we did the advertised 9-kilometre ring route, which actually ended up being a little over 11 kilometres. I'm sure that the actual sort of the official trail straight through the gorge is a 9-kilometre route, but you actually have to kind of weave back and forth over the dry riverbed numerous times, so it actually ends up being quite a bit longer. It was a stunningly beautiful hike. I can't even describe how beautiful it was. We absolutely loved it. Failed to see any goannas, which was quite sad, but it was an incredibly beautiful morning. And then instead of driving back to the campsite the same way around the northern section of the park, we actually dipped down and around the southern section of the park, which took us through Wilmington and Melrose, where we'll actually be hiking through when we hike the Flinders Ranges section of the Hyson Trail in June. So it was really lovely to see those two little towns, and very pretty they were. And then we drove from Melrose. We decided we wanted to head into Port Pirie to check out Pirie. So we drove from Melrose through the Germain Gorge Road, past Port Germain and into Port Pirie. And the Germain Gorge Road was spectacular. Again, really circuitous, very sharp turns, quite slow going, but a really beautiful way to drive around the southern end of the national park. It was just gorgeous. So then we drove into Pirie and we learned that not only is everything closed on Good Friday in Pirie, but pretty much everything is closed for the entire Easter long weekend, with the exception of your absolute basics: Coles, Woolies, Kmart, and of course the bottle shop, very important. So we had a little bit of a wander around Pirie and decided not to sort of stay and hang out much because there wasn't a lot to do, although there are some beautiful old buildings there, lots of the original buildings and beautifully preserved. It's just that there was really nothing kind of open. We couldn't go into the Railway Museum or anything like that. So we grabbed some gin and a few bits and pieces from Coles and Kmart, and we headed back to the campsite. So we're here now and settled in for the evening. We break camp from here tomorrow and go to Mambray Creek, but before we do that, we're actually just going to pack up the Jeep and drive again to the other side of the park, to Melrose, where the trailhead is for the Mount Remarkable summit hike. So we're going to do that, and I'm not 100% sure, but I gather it's about a 14-kilometre round trip. So with a summit as part of that, I think that'll probably be all we want to do for tomorrow. So yeah, we're having an absolutely beautiful weekend.